Well, hello there, family. You're listening to Fired Up Freedom with Steve Ryan. Fired Up Freedom. All right. Do you ever look for certain services or products and it's just hard to find and you want to know if someone else has used that before? Well, visit my resources page, steveryan.com/resources, steveryan.com/resources. All right, so welcome everyone. My name is Steve Ryan. For those who don't know me, nice to meet you. So one of the biggest reasons as to why this topic came to mind, because clarity is so important. Clarity is important no matter what you're doing, whether you're doing business, life, personal goals. Clarity can be the single most thing that can be the very, very most difficult thing to get. And it took me a very, very long time before I finally realized that I have clarity. And the other thing is I feel like clarity is something that's ever evolving. Like it's not something to where it's like, hey, this is just my opinion. Of course, I'm always open to other opinions as well. But it's an ever evolving thing like life. It just moves forward like life. And that was one of the inspirations behind this. And I'll just share with you all like one of my journeys to clarity. One of the biggest things that I had to do in my life was kill out the noise or filter out the noise. Some of you may know this already, some may not, but I grew up in a very, very negative environment. I love my parents, don't get me wrong, and I'm definitely not in any way saying that they were bad parents, but the amount of strain that it was on me mentally, I felt like it was a daily battle for me to even know what positive is, to even know what motivation is, to even know, like, can I trust what I want for myself? So just imagine being in a sea in a world where everything else says, no, 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 this is what you must do. And you know in your gut, your heart, and every fiber in your being that, no, this doesn't feel right to me. Like, this feels right. And I felt alone a lot of the times. So my perception of clarity from my point of view is that we have to be comfortable with being alone. It doesn't mean we can't have people to support us, but we have to be comfortable. This is what I've told myself and how I embrace my own clarity. I had to get comfortable with saying, if I'm the only voice that agrees with what I'm saying, it's okay. If I'm the only voice that wants to go this direction, it's okay. It's okay to take advice from other people and to hear other people, but at the end of the day, I had to trust that my voice was the loudest voice that matters for my journey in my life. And that's part of the reason why I'm so big on like meditation and just taking a moment to recharge and taking a moment to just kind of withdraw energetically, is to make sure I don't lose myself. So I want to open up the floor as well. I saw a comment. Luna happens to be up on the Clubhouse, and I haven't had a chance to respond to the comments, but I put out clarity is amazing. And I love what her response was. She wrote, clarity is essential. I'm like, yes. I just love that. Clarity is essential. It is, wow. So one of my strategies, and then we can open up the floor. I see Luna is up here. One of my strategies for clarity that I do is what I just mentioned. I like to just breathe. I don't mind getting information and processing, but I like to give room for breathing. And what I do is if I find myself in a headspace to where I feel unclear, I write down my affirmations. I write down like what am I grateful for. I don't do it daily, but I make a habit to do it weekly. I record it daily in notes, voice notes. But as far as writing it down, I write down my affirmations of no matter how small something is that I'm grateful for, so that when I have those moments that I'm questioning, like, am I on the right path? Am I going forward? I have something to refer back to. Like, look at this has happened, this has happened, this has happened. And I want to share with you guys something as well. Um, some of you know, like my one of my brothers was murdered earlier this year, back in March, and and this weekend, his someone burnt down his business, and the family was in the middle of a probate case, and the killer was his wife, and she was going to lose in probate court because she admitted to killing him, and there's this thing called the Slayer clause where she can't benefit. And the interesting thing is, a few years ago, they had a house fire and they got hundreds of thousands of dollars of insurance money, and they never rebuilt the house. And it's just kind of strange that she had someone illegally selling his equipment and all these things out of the business for the past few weeks, and now that the business was empty, essentially, the building magically burns down. So this Saturday, it happened Saturday, all these calls coming in, my nieces and other family members, and I wouldn't answer the phone. I just couldn't process it. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let this disrupt my energy this weekend. It's not that I don't love my brother or care, but it's like, what can I actually do? But that gave me a lot of extra clarity as to like what we're building. All of us, like anytime you do videos or podcast or YouTube or whatever you're building, no one can take that kind of stuff away. When you're leaving messages to the world and you're following your dreams, that's not material possessions. Like, no one can take that intellectual thing away. He didn't have anything on socials or anything like that. That building was his legacy. That business was his legacy, and it's burnt. And now we can honor it through memories. We can honor it through maybe something else. But it just made me so much more appreciative as to what we're doing. You have the Clubhouse, you have Twitter Spaces, you have TikTok, you have all kind of things. And every time we use our voice, that's given us another angle, another opportunity to continue building our legacies. So, but welcome up, Luna. Hey, everyone. Hey, Camille. Welcome up, everyone. Hey, everyone on the Twitter Space side. Welcome TikTok. Welcome LinkedIn. Welcome, everyone. How you doing, Luna?
Ooh, I'm doing flipping amazing. How about you?
I'm doing great this morning, actually. Yeah,
Multitasking again, I see.
but I'm doing it in a very calm, cool way. A very, very calm. Like, seriously, I'm like, if you could see me on the video, like the people on TikTok right now, I'm sitting in the chair. I got my tea right here. I'm not running around.
Not running around up and down the stairs, you mean?
Exactly. I did that earlier this morning, an hour ago. So,
Oh, yeah, love wonderful topic, clarity.
yeah, I loved your response on my tweet when I said clarity is amazing, and you said clarity is essential. What drove you to say that? Like, I love it.
Well, one of the things that I share about my value is that I help people gain clarity, focus, and momentum with lightning speed. So for me, it starts with clarity. Every single time that you have a goal or a dream, it's something big, it's huge, and our minds cannot handle big things. So you have to break it down to the smallest steps. So every issue that you encounter as a creator or an entrepreneur, even a corporate professional, or as a mom or a volunteer, is usually, if you translate that back into something is not clear. And because something is not clear, you are procrastinating, you feel overwhelmed, you feel frustrated, you feel overloaded, you're overthinking, all of it. And in a world where there is way more information produced every single minute than we in a lifetime can consume, it's not about gaining more information, it's about ignoring most of it. And that is why I say clarity is essential, because if you can break it down to the smallest chunk that matters to you, you're going to move life forward or business or whatever you want to focus on. How about that?
I love that. And I love the fact of knowing how to clear out the noise. Not clear out the noise. I keep wanting to go back to that, but that's what it reminds me. My mind is translating. So, but sometimes dealing, knowing what to process and dealing with what you have. Um, One of the things that I've done this past 2 weeks is actually, I use the word slow down for me, even though some people would see it as still doing a lot. But it was more of like, okay, I'm going to focus on this, and this over this next week, next 2 weeks or so. And that's what I've been doing. I've been focusing on a smaller number of things, but putting a greater effort in those things. And that's a huge deal for somebody like me, and for me, my perspective, because I'm like a bouncing thing off the wall with all this energy, and I'm ready to do this and conquer that. And it just, but it was more redirected. And one of the things that, that we talked about in coffee, in the Gary Club here, is it was something to the effect, or no, it was either in coffee or it was in Puerto Rico, where it's about focusing on content that you already have. For some reason, that struck a chord with me, versus create, 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 create. I was on this create fence, just create, create, create. And I said, no, wait a minute. Let me focus on, the content that's already there, and get that out to more people. And that's just one example. So if you have something in your life and you feel like you're being inundated with so much things, think about what's important to you. Think about, like, it is, are you going too fast for yourself, or is there something you can redirect your energy on? But I love that whole clarity is essential piece. I love that.
Yeah, well, it is. Let's be honest. There is information out there. You can literally learn anything you need to learn by going onto YouTube or going onto Google.
Absolutely.
There is no lack of information. So, from a perspective of a creator or an entrepreneur providing a product and a service, it's not about giving people more information, because that's just adding to the frustration of each and every single one of us. It's the reason why people spend so much time mindlessly scrolling through social media, because it just helps them entertain themselves, helps them stop to think about all of these things. So it's not about providing more information to people, which is create, 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 create. What people need, and the reason for them to still look for a coach or a consultant or a service provider or fill in the blanks, is they need direction. They need someone to tell them, okay, I'm going to help you gain that clarity. And because you gain that clarity, you can focus and you can switch off all of the other noise that's not going to help you. It's just going to distract you. And when you understand that that is what people need, they need direction, because everything that you and I are sharing right now, you can find on Google, you can find on YouTube University. The difference
Absolutely.
is you don't know if those are all reliable sources, or you don't know if they're all experts. You don't know what their background is. So, what they actually need is direction from someone who tells them, out of all of that information, if your problem is this is how I can help you solve that problem specifically. Not by consuming more information. That's going to distract you from solving your problem.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I see, Mr. Chimp. Did you have some input on this topic as well?
Yes, I'll give you two anecdotes. Um, Not haha, but just two anecdotes. I actually was praying for clarity for about one week at a point, and it was something so simple. I'm Jewish, and at the time I was dating a non-Jewish woman who is not my wife, who I never asked to convert, nor did I want her to. But it was like gaining the clarity, because I try not to be a hypocrite in anything I do. I'm very black and white. Either I decided I'm going to have to give up Kabbalah, or I'm going to give her up, but I cannot have both of those things together. So I was actually praying for that. The funny thing is, at the end of the day, I explained to her what I'm going through. She was just coming back from Spain, And she felt like my soulmate. So it's funny. I called my art director, who's also my good friend, and I started bowling to him. Like it was Friday, I think, and he had to calm me down. Then I told her what's going on. She's like, "All right, so I'll see you later." And I'm like, "No, don't go. It's a high holiday. Yeah, we can't make decisions right now." After the high holiday, I'm like, "All right, we're done. I'm done with Kabbalah. That phase is over. Let's get married." Not quite like that, but sort of. I think the timing was a little different. The other thing that I just wanted to share with you guys, that I shared with Steve already, and I'll make a tweet about it. Give me just 1 second, please.
Oh, no problem. In the meantime, while we're waiting on that, just to let you guys know that's on TikTok. If any of you have any questions or comments that you want to type in the comments, I see your comments. I see what you're writing. I just want to acknowledge you, all of you. So hi to you. I can read out what you're saying. And if anyone else wants to come up, that's fine as well too. As you can see here, we're on Clubhouse. We're also on TikTok Spaces. I'm sorry, Twitter Spaces. And so, and
That's all right.
because this
That's
is
all right. Freudian slip. All good. I think
all right,
you knew what you meant, though.
absolutely.
So yeah, let me read this real quick.
Sure.
Also, Steve was in one of my DM groups. That's how I came across it, and I just found it absolutely hysterical. But then also, I'm Eastern European, so our sense of humor is weird. But it says, "What are your it doesn't say it over here. Unfortunately, it gets cut off. But the question is, what are your strategies to gain clarity? And then it said, start listening. So I'm like, wait, is this a trick question? Because you already gave the answer away. It's basically start listening, then we could gain clarity. So I
I love
found
that.
absolutely funny. The call to action was the answer.
But it's so true. Start listening. And that's why earlier, I was sharing that one of the biggest things is clearing out the noise, so, and this is for anyone, Lumno or anyone on Twitter Spaces, just raise your hand, and we'll make it orderly. But what are some of your suggestions for strategies on gaining clarity?
Mine?
Well, that's to anyone who wants to chime in. If
Gotcha,
you would like to go
gotcha,
first, that's fine.
gotcha. So yeah, no, I was making a joke, but at the same time, like I said, it's an anecdote because so many of us, I want to say something that we're not listening, and the times that we are listening, are we really hearing? Or when we hear, do we actually listen? Or are we just thinking about the thing that we want to say, the thing that we want to answer, the thing that's part of our agenda, instead of just simply taking the time to be an active listener? And it's not easy. Look up what active listening means, and that's going to explain everything.
All right. Would anyone else like to chime in? Lumna or BB? Hey,
Yeah,
Lumna.
I'll chime in. So a strategy to gain clarity is being able to confidently answer the question, what do I want or need right now? If you can answer that question immediately, you've got clarity. If you can't, you need to do some work.
I love that. So, what do I want or need right now? And if someone is asking themselves that question, what would you suggest as a first place for them to start?
Well, you've already said it. We're just listening. If you can't answer the question, what do I want or need? Nobody can tell you. You're the person that needs to answer it. And you have the answer to that question. So a way to do this, especially in a world with noise, is to become quiet. And you can use breathing, you can use meditation, but you need to stop actually stop and sit with yourself and ask yourself that question. What do I want right now? It could be, I need to eat something because I'm hungry, which is me right now. It could be, what do I really want right now or need? I need more money. Okay. Why do I want more money? And just keep asking yourself that question, and either do it in a conversation with yourself or journal it. Grab a piece of paper and a pen and just start writing. Or if you know yourself well enough to know that you can ask that question, but the only answer that you're going to give yourself is, I don't know, which happens a lot, reach out to a friend, a buddy, a parent, whatever, or hire a coach to help you.
I love that. I love that. And, you know, and I want to welcome up Mr. Dynamite. I just want to say a follow up to what Luna just said. You know, like being able to, I feel like another element to this is being honest with yourself. Because I just find that a lot of times, and this may seem a little bit controversial, but that's okay. I feel like society tries to program us to not be honest with ourselves. And that's just my opinion. And the reason why I feel that is because when we look at all these influences and all these things that try to direct us to do things, it's almost like it's saying, this is what we think you should want for yourself, and this is what you have to do. And then people start aiming for trying to achieve things that are not even within them, that they may not even truly want. It's just so much noise. That's why that word clearing the noise is so, so, so important. Welcome up, Mr. Dynamite. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic, Steve. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. Yeah, we were just talking about some strategies for clarity. I know you just popped in. Did you have any anything you wanted to add to? I personally know you do, but for those who don't know you, so.
Yeah, definitely, Steve. I just wanted to touch on that topic of being yourself and being honest with yourself and true to yourself. I think that is one of the huge keys to just a lot of things in life. I think that I think when you stop doing exactly that, which is what you're programmed or what society is programming you to believe what you want or believe how you're supposed to act or want to do or whatnot, and you just start being you. I think it just changes the whole ball game, because if once you're you, it's just a different thing, man. You know what I'm saying? You just walk around and it's just second nature, and things it just becomes super clear. Things come at you, right away, and decisions are just so much easier to make. And I mean, that's pretty much what I wanted to say about that.
Absolutely. Fired Up Freedom will be right back after these messages. Do you ever have moments where you feel stress, anxiety, or it's hard to sleep? Then meditation may be the perfect thing to help you. Come and join our meditation channel where there's 24 hours a day on-demand meditation music. Go to steveryan.com/meditation. That's steveryan.com/meditation. It's time to have freedom from the noise. I want to share with y'all this article. I came across this. The universe is very funny, for me at least, to me, from my perception, because on Saturday I thought about the word clarity, and within an hour, something on my phone, I came across this site on my phone. I don't know how I got to it. I don't know how it came up. I don't know if I clicked on something, but it says 7 steps I took to gain clarity in my life. And I like this. And this was actually written back in 2021, it looks like, but it's at betterhumans.pub. So at betterhumans.pub, and I won't read all of it, but I'm going to read some of these steps. Like I think it was really good. One, it says identify and eliminate major stressors. It says here major stressors are people, situations, habits, or emotions that keep you trapped in a cycle of negativity and tension. I love that piece. I love that piece. It also says major stressors can be destructive relationships or past emotional traumas. Um, Number two, organize and declutter your living space. Um, that one, I don't know. Three, it says stay grounded with mindfulness meditation. Now, y'all know how I feel about meditation. So, like, yeah. And then in step four, almost done, it says, oh, now this was a good one. Avoid clarity sapping influences. It says you could be exposing yourself to clarity sapping influences without even knowing it. These are people, situations, or habits that trap you in a haze of mental fog. That's that noise. Clear the noise. Step five, put goals in writing and visualize them. Step six, find your personal clarity triggers. This one, I like this one as well. It says each of us has certain activities or situations that foster and calm clarity. Some of the clarity triggers that they have on here is people. So if somebody inspires you or someone can help you get clear with what they're saying, communing with nature. I personally love that one because I love going by the beach. Like, my next place I'm getting is going to be by water, period. Either Florida or Puerto Rico. Then the next one says yoga and meditation. I'm big on the meditation piece. Music, it has some of that, and exercise. And then let's see, step number 7, get quality sleep. Now, when it comes to this is an example of when it comes to seeing things, you have to go with what resonates to you. Like for me personally, some of these things resonate for me, some don't. The organize and declutter your living space. I'll give y'all a little preview about how I live. Like most of the house I do like, clean and, space and organize. But I have like an office area that I like to have papers around. I don't know why. I like to have stuff around. I like to have it like in a certain way. Like it's almost like a organized mess. It's not a junk pen, but it's more of like, think about someone in the lab working on something, or you got this out, because I'm always working on multiple things at one time, and that's organized to my mind. Someone else may see it and be like, what the world is going on? Like, and I'm like, welcome to my mind. So like, did anyone else want to contribute? I see BB is up here. Did anyone else want to contribute to it? We're going to be wrapping up soon anyway. This won't be a long room and space today. This is just something just to, get the conversation going about this. And hopefully the goal of this today is to help each and every one of you, if you need it, to start thinking about your own clarity. Did anyone else want to contribute? Did you want to say anything, BB, or anything like that?
Good morning, Steve. Good morning, everyone. I don't have anything new to say. I can just say I agree with everything everyone said so far. So that's true. I mean, as the artist, I know from my side, you need to be yourself and to trust yourself to be unique. Otherwise, it's everything gonna be same. So from that point of view, and I was all life, a long period of my life, I was influenced by surrounding. And now, finally, this last decade, I'm me. So even the art is better and everything. When you are yourself, you are the best. You cannot be anyone else. That's how I see it.
Absolutely, I love that, and I see clarity like this compass. Like, even if you're in this forest and you don't know everywhere where you're going, but clarity, and let's say like something that Luna mentioned earlier, where it's like knowing what you want or knowing what direction you want to go. Clarity is like that compass. So even when everything seems foggy and everything seems lost, that compass can help guide you through that forest and guide you through what you're doing. So I love this topic. And really the purpose of this talk was to get this week started off. Here's some of the titles of what's coming up this week. So today we have what are strategies to get clarity. Tomorrow is does mindset impact our financial freedom? Wednesday is going to be a very good one too. How do you create income opportunities? And I'll be sharing some ideas about some income opportunities as well. Thursday, how do you make a routine that works for you? And of course, Friday, what is freedom to you? We've done that one before, but I love it because it's so awesome. And today we're going to be doing this every day at this time. No more than an hour. If we end before an hour, that's fine. It's nothing set in stone. If we go 20 minutes, it's fine. You know what my attitude was today? I was like, you know what? I'm going to show up and whether it's people here or not here, I'm going forward. So because this is a great topic and other people are going to hear this as well on other places. So a lot of you who shared your voices and shared what you had to say, your message is going to get out to more people as well. For anyone who's already gone, if you have any thing that you would like people to come to, if you have a website or if you have, feel free. I would love for you to include that if you want. No pressure if you don't. So if any of you want to include that, that's fine. So we'll start over here with like Luna. If someone wants to further, connect with you, do you have like a site or email or list or something like that they can connect to?
Oh, the best way to do that is to follow me on Twitter or send me a message on Twitter or Clubhouse or LinkedIn, and I'll get back to you.
Great topic. You have some great, you have a great handle on it. I'm actually like to you to see if you know what you're talking about, and you do, so that's good. And I just wanted to say that for those in here that, they're not sure. Yes, everything you said, yes, and then some. So I also wanted to know where you got some of your information. Like, do you know Abraham Hicks and Dr. Joe Dispenza? I was just curious because a lot of what you were saying is exactly what I've heard before too. So I wonder if we're listening and reading the same books, listening to the same people and stuff. So, oh, nice to meet everyone. I'm Monster, by the way. Sorry.
Cool. Yeah, no problem. Well, at the very beginning, I was just sharing my own personal journey with clarity. It wasn't really based on anything I've came across. And then later on, I pulled up an article that I came across on betterhumans.pub that talked about 7 steps that this person gained to gain clarity in their life. And so that's where that comes from. And, my opinion about clarity, like, yes, there's all these amazing books and everything like that. But at the end of the day, people, they have to kind of find their journey with clarity. And it's going to vary person to person. So that's just my take on it. For some people, videos may work. So you may find like a video version of information you're wanting to look for. You may find a blog. Some of you may want to find certain podcasts that talk about clarity. So whatever works for you, that's a great thing. Some people are audio people. Some people are visual people. I feel like at the end of the day, yes, information can work for you, but you have to also, in my opinion, get information that's aligning with you, that you can process, that is easier for you to process. It may be some work, but that's okay. But thank you, everyone. We're so glad all of you are here. I want to give space and opportunity if there's anyone else who want to pop up for a moment. We are going to wrap up here. So I'll give a little bit of room for that. But if not...
Thank you for letting me speak. I'm going to drop back down to listeners now.
Absolutely. All right. Well, this was a great session, and I really, really appreciate everyone for coming. Thank you so much. Now, if you any of you want to come and talk to anyone in our community, the Discord link is at the top on both Clubhouse and at the top of the Twitter Spaces. And for you all on TikTok, just go to steveryan.com and click on Join My Community. And then it'll take you to where you can chat with others and meet some other people in the community. We're going to be having some other topics too for those who just came in. The other topics that we'll have this week. Tomorrow is going to be, does mindset impact our financial freedom? Wednesday will be, how do you create income opportunities? Thursday will be, how do you make a routine that works for you? And Friday will be, what is freedom to you? All right, everyone, this has been a great day. Thank you so much. Have an awesome, wonderful Monday. All right.
Running from myself at times, I can't describe the words I try, the fear